Hey guys, welcome to Oregon State Beavers Baseball Dynasty. It's MVP 06 NCAA Baseball. We have moved forward to the critical point of the season. We're just a few games into conference play. We sit at 3-2, fourth place in the Pac-10. We are disappointingly 11-19 overall. And we just beat Arizona State. We have one more game with Arizona State at Packard Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. As we set out for that one, it's Oregon State and Arizona State in the Pac-10. Trevor McKinnon takes the bump for the Sun Devils. He's 4-3 with a 4.50 ERA. 18 walks to 53 strikeouts, and going for us is Kyle Harville. He's got a 1.21 ERA, and somehow he is still 2-5. He has not had good run support so far this season, as Nick Swaden steps into the batter's box. To get things started here at Packard Stadium, quick story about Arizona State. Back when I was in college, my friends and I used to go to Scottsdale for spring break. My friend had a house in Scottsdale. We'd stay there, party all week, and we all decided to go to the ASU bookstore one day, and we all bought Arizona State baseball hats. This is back in the early 2000s, and after buying our baseball caps, we went to Hard Rock Cafe for a little lunch. And well, we're all sitting around the table at Hard Rock Cafe with our Arizona State baseball caps on. This like 7-8-year-old kid comes over all shy-like, and he's like, "Guys, can I have your autographs?" I guess he thought we played baseball for Arizona State, and instead of being honest and telling him, "No, dude, we're just dudes that bought some hats," you know, we're all like, "Yeah, man, we'll sign something for you." So we're looking around for something to sign because he didn't bring anything. And we decided to sign the placemats at Hard Rock Cafe. And so we're all signing the placemats. I try to make sure my name's completely illegible so he can't tell that I have no idea what name to write down or that I'm not a baseball player. And then I put my number 14 by it because that's the number I used to wear in high school. And we all give him our placemats. And as we're doing that, the waitress comes out and she's like, "You guys know that you're going to have to buy those placemats, right?" And we're like, "No." And they were like $20 a piece, and they were just a piece of paper. It was ridiculous. Anyway, we were Arizona State baseball players for a day, so Arizona State here, we're playing my honorary stolen alma mater. Banwart on to Riesland. We can't turn two on that one, and Justin Bond comes up for Arizona State. I really kind of wish Arizona State would have stuck with this logo with the old Sun Devil guy. I don't even know why I can't remember his name. I know I knew it at one point, but I wish they would have stayed with that logo. It was pretty classic, and I mean, it's not that their new one's bad. I like it and all, but I don't know. I like tradition. So anyway, let's get into the game here. Geno Washburn comes to the plate. He's one of our better hitters, a DH. And he takes a slider inside for ball one. We're in the top of the second inning. 2-0 count now to Washburn. And he grounds one right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. And he will take first for our catcher, David Shinjo. Shinjo steps into the box, a left-handed hitting catcher. He takes a changeup outside for ball one. Nobody out in the second. Washburn on first. Slider catches the plate. 1-1 count to Shinjo. Big hack over the top of a changeup, and then Shinjo goes down, swinging at the slider. Devon TOMICO now, our right fielder, steps into the box. He grounds it to the right side, a nice diving play. Throw kind of pulls the first baseman off the bag, but he keeps a foot on for out number two, excuse me, in the inning. So Washburn moves on to second base. Here's the ground ball up the middle. Another play by the second baseman, a nice play there. On to first, and that retires the side. In the middle of two, there's still no score. But Oregon State is in the hit column now. Here's Connor Schildgren. First pitch from Harville is in for a strike. A circle change also in. And Harville will finish him off with the breaking ball. And here's that second baseman, Warren Quinn. Made a nice play in that last inning. And he lines it back up the middle, and Harville, quick as a cat, manages to take a stab at that, and it ends up in his glove. Tyler Roller now, the Arizona State shortstop, with 2 outs and nobody on, takes a big hack at the curveball, can't come up with any contact there. Grounds it to Banward at short, he's on to first, Bigby makes the catch, and we are done with the second inning. No score yet in the game. Riesland, Bigby, and Swayden coming up here for Oregon State. Ari Riesland, first pitch, swinging, grounds it to Warren Quinn, that second baseman. Brandon Bigby now, the first baseman, to the plate with 1 out in the third. 1-0 count to Bigby. Takes the slider down low too. He's ahead 2-0, and he lines it down the right field line, just barely foul. 2-1 count with 1 out. Slider taken outside. It's a 3-1 count for Bigby. And another slider breaks off the plate, and Bigby draws the free pass. Nick Swayden now, as the lineup turns over here. Nick Swayden with the runner on first and 1 out. Curveball breaks over the outside corner for strike 1. And now Swayden down the right field line again, and this one is going to end up in foul territory. 0-2 count, and Swayden goes down swinging at the changeup, bringing up Jeff Banwart. Banwart, chopper up the middle. It gets over the pitcher's head and into center field for a base hit. So maybe a little 2-out rally going here. Here's RENE RODGERS. He's batting .281 on the season. He's our center fielder. One of the best hitters on our team, and really should be one of the best hitters in the country. And he takes the changeup and lines it down the right field line past the first baseman. A run heading for the plate. Here comes the throw. It's up the first base line a little bit. And the run comes in standing as Oregon State strikes first. It's 1-0 Beavers. Here's Washburn now. Grounds it up the middle for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. Rogers is rounding third and heading to the plate. And he will score without a throw. And just like that, the Beavs are up 3-0 here on the road in Tempe, Arizona. David Shinjo steps in. He takes the slider on the inside corner for strike 1. Runner at first with 1 out. Beavs trying to tack more on in this inning. But McKinnon gets the strikeout to end it. In the middle of the third, Oregon State has put up 3 runs and lead the game 3-0. Here is Fleener for Arizona State facing Harville. Fleener grounds it to the right side, foul. Fouls another one off. Circle change, drops below the knees for ball 1. And now a little pop-up down the first base side in foul territory. Bigby underneath it, and he squeezes it for out number 1. Rance Durham now, he's batting .350, 1 for 1 on the day. Harville misses with a fastball to get the at-bat underway. Foul ball down the left side, and now a little pop-up over the head of third baseman Maloney, and he makes the catch as he is retreating into shallow left field. Ground ball to Ari Riesland now. Riesland on to Bigby at first, and that takes care of the Sun Devils in the third inning. Here is Swayden at the plate. Takes the 2-seamer for ball 1. Another 2-seamer. This one catches the corner. It's a 1-1 count to Swayden. As we have moved on to the 5th inning, we skipped the 4th inning. An uneventful inning there. Strikeout for McMinnon. A little base hit into left center. So Oregon State with another rally here going. Maybe RENE RODGERS at the plate. 1 person on, 1 out. Here's the changeup. Rogers drives it deep into right field. That ball is back. It is at the wall. It is gone. Onto the street outside. RENE RODGERS with a 2-run home run. And that will put the Beavs up 5-0 over Arizona State. A huge blast on the high changeup by RENE RODGERS. That's his 3rd home run of the season. He's 2 for 3 today with 3 RBIs. RENE RODGERS lengthens the lead out to 5 here in the 5th. Big hack at the curveball. Comes up empty. 1-1 count. Base hit into right field. That one's going to reach the wall. The runner rounding first and heading for second. And he's going to slide in there with a double. That was Washburn. Breaking ball catches the plate. With 1 out, a runner on second, the Beavers threatening to score again. 2-1 count. Swings over the top of a slider. And grounds it to the left side, picked up by the third baseman from one knee, throws it to first for the out. So we got 2 outs now. With Washburn still at second base, the cutter catches the inside corner of the plate. It's 5-0 Oregon State here at Packard Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. 1-2 count, fouled off down the right side. And a high changeup is driven into right field. An easy play there for the right fielder. Quinn, Roller, and Fleener due up in the bottom of the 5th. As Kyle Harville still working on a shutout bid. Remember, his ERA is a 1.21 ERA. A little base hit, though, into right field to get the inning underway for Arizona State. Tyler Roller steps into the box. He's the ASU shortstop. Ground ball up the middle. Riesland can't reach it. The runner's going to have to hold at second as Rogers charges it hard and cuts it off before he can round the corner for third. Fleener at the plate now with 2 on and nobody out. Arizona State might have something cooking here. 0-1 count. Splitter swung over the top of for strike 2. Now a blooper into left field. And Swaden gets it back into the infield quickly, holds the runner at third base, but we've got the bases loaded for Rance Durham with nobody out. And Harville in a little bit of a jam here in the 5th. 1-1 count now to Durham. Breaking ball fouled off of his foot. 1-2 count. And a ground ball right up the middle for a base hit. Rogers is charging hard, and that's just going to score 1 run. But Arizona State is on the board now. Rocco McMillan at the plate. We're going to have a little conference at the mound to try to see if we can't stop the momentum of Arizona State in this inning. Harville's reaction was negative. And another base hit into left field. Another run comes in to score. And the Sun Devils just keep the line moving here. It's 5-2 with still nobody out. Drive into left field. Swaden's underneath it. Runner thinks about tagging, but then retreats back to third base as the throw comes into the plate. So we finally have an out. Base is still loaded for Justin Bond. And Bond with a fly ball into center field. Rogers is underneath it. Runner tagging from third. Rogers firing it back into the infield. But it is cut off, and the run scores easily for Arizona State. It's 5-3 now. Adam Yautsy at the plate. He's batting .330 on the season. He's 1 for 2 on the day, and he chops it to Riesland at second, and he's going to go on to Big B at first to get us out of the inning. We give up 3 runs, though, as we see our lead cut to 2 by the Sun Devils. Here's Jeff Maloney, no relation to the former NBA basketball player Jeff Malone, obviously. Although he does kind of look like him, a little bit of a resemblance there, besides his face and skin and everything else. 2-1 count. Here is the pitch fouled off the right side. A 2-2 count to Maloney. He lines it past a diving first baseman into right field for a base hit. And the hit parade keeps coming for Oregon State. Here's Ari Riesland. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And Riesland gets underneath this one a little bit and skies it out to left field, shallow left field. Charging hard, the left fielder makes the catch. Bringing up Brandon Bigby. He is batting a anemic 190 on the season. And he looks at the cutter that catches the outside corner for strike 1. Then he takes a big hack at the slider. 0-2 count with 1 out. Grounding it to third, on to second. The second baseman has to jump, but he comes back down on the bag to get the out, but he can't turn 2. Brings up Nick Swaden with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Cutter breaks outside. 1-0 now. Four-seam fastball misses. Also, it's a 2-0 count. Curveball catches the inside corner for strike 1. And the breaking ball ends up low. A 3-1 count now. Circle change catches the top of the zone. So we got a 3-2 count. Runner moving. Here's the payoff pitch. And it swung on and missed for out number 3. Through 5.5, it's still 5-3. Beavs with the lead. Here is the drive to center field. RENE Rogers settles underneath it for out number 1. In the bottom of the 6th, Kyle Harville still pitching for us. Warren Quinn steps into the box now with 1 out. Curveball taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Two-seamer from Harville. Catches the inside corner for strike 2, and then the curveball, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Mr. Quinn. Sit down, buddy. Sit down. Here is the final batter of the Arizona State inning. If we can get him out, and he grounds it up the middle for a base hit. So we got one on. Sorry, I did not see who that batter was. Jim Fleener comes to the plate, the Arizona State center fielder, with one on, and he is going to line one into the gap in left center field. Swaden on his horse can't reach it. It's going to roll to the wall. The runner from first is going to round third and head to the plate. And Fleener is heading to third with an RBI triple with 2 outs and cuts the lead to 1, 5-4. And now with the runner on third, a fly ball out to center field, Rogers is able to squeeze it for the final out of the 6th inning. At the end of 6, we've got a 1-run ball game on our hands. Here is Rene Rogers, has had a great game so far, leading off the top of the 7th inning for Oregon State. Takes the first pitch down for ball 1. Misses the four-seam fastball. Count even at 1-1. And now he grounds it up the middle, a changeup. And another base hit for Rene Rogers as he is on with yet another hit. And Geno Washburn has also had himself a day. He's 3 for 3. Pitch out, but Rogers isn't moving. And then the changeup grounded to second, to second onto the base for the out. He drops the ball, can't turn the double play. Brings up Shinjo with 2 outs in the 7th. And he grounds it past the first baseman who stood there and watched it roll by him. And the throw on to third is going to gun Washburn down as he tries to go first to third. But an absolute cannon by the right fielder out there for Arizona State. I do not know who that is. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know the names of these people. 5-4, Oregon State with the lead as we head to the bottom of inning number 7. Rocco McMillan at the plate. Harville still pitching for Oregon State. He is working into the 7th inning as he has routinely done during the season, although he has given up more runs than he has in most of his appearances this year. 5-4, Beavers with the lead. We are into Pac-10 play. Oregon State is 3-2, looking to improve to 4-2 here. It's the important part of the season. We didn't do so well in the non-conference portion of the season, but this is kind of like a new season. We can turn it around, still make it into the postseason with a strong conference performance here in the Pac-10. End of the 7th inning, it's still 5-4. Nick Swaden up for the Beavs. He lines it to the first baseman who makes the catch. Jeff Banwart, the shortstop. He's 2 for 4 today, a 243 batting average on the year. And the changeup is lined towards center field, but it is cut off there by the second baseman, Quinn. Brings up Rene Rogers with 2 outs. And he lines it on the first pitch to the shortstop onto first for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. We skipped the 8th. I'm sorry about that. Jesse Castaneda coming in to try to close things out for Oregon State. And the first batter lines a base hit into left field. So the tying run is on base for the Sun Devils. They're going to try to bunt him over. They do. Bigby turns, throws to the second baseman, Riesland, covering first on the sacrifice. And with 1 out, they've got a runner in scoring position for Rance Durham. He's thinking about bunting again, this time for a base hit, but it rolls foul. And it's a 1-1 count now after the curveball misses. Tying run at second base. A 1-2 count. Castaneda's changeup drops low. Castaneda only 1 save so far on the season. Ground ball to third. Maloney on to first for out number 2. And the Devils are down to their final out of the game. And it's Rocco McMillan. He's a .299 hitter. He grounds it also to Maloney at third. On to Bigby at first. And the ball game is over. Oregon State holds on for the 5-4 victory here in Mesa. Not Mesa, I'm sorry. This is Tempe. In Tempe, Arizona, 5-4, Oregon State gets the win. We improved to 4-2. We're tied with the Stanford Cardinal atop the Pac-10 conference standings. And up next, we have Texas Tech, a 2-game series at home against them before we head up I-5 to Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies. So thanks for checking in on the debut of Oregon State Beavers Dynasty. I hope you'll stick with us through the remainder of the Pac-10 season as we head towards the College World Series.